Gentlemen, it's been a couple months, but welcome back to some OG Gran Turismo 4, the Let's Play series. Now, it kind of sounds weird for me to say OG GT4, because before this point, OG GT4 was kind of like the only thing that was ever a thing. But ever since the last video came out, the Spec 2 mod has been released, which I know a lot of people who follow this channel have been anticipating for a very long time, and now that Spec 2 is actually out, I'm curious to see how OG Gran Turismo 4 unmodded viewership is gonna go, because I've pretty much only been streaming Spec 2. I've been making Spec 2 videos, not a whole lot, not as much as I would have liked actually, because a neat little distraction came up, and I guess we'll talk about that and a bunch of other stuff in this video, because I needed an excuse to make a channel update type of video, because a lot of things have changed in the past couple weeks, and those changes are going to affect the next few months at least. So I figured, you know what, instead of just making a boring old channel update video, let's just hop on some OG GT4, make a Let's Play video, and I could do all my rambling in there. So that's where we're at now. And basically what I want to talk about in this video is just like my schedule and the channel in general, I guess, because there are a lot of things that people should probably know as far as like the frequency of the content and the streams from this point on, because like I said before, everything over these next few months is gonna be different, and this is completely unscripted. Like, I haven't even wrote down all the things I want to talk about or anything like that. This is just as the Skippity Sigmas will say. I'm sorry for saying that unironically, but we're raw dogging this video. So, essentially, in the past 2 months, I'm gonna speak in terms of people who only watch this series. So a lot of you are probably going to know a lot of this stuff anyways if you watch everything I post, which W viewer if you do. But about 2 weeks ago by this point, I secured a new job. Actually, wait, we have to go a little bit further than that because more stuff happened. So first things first, I moved to a new place, and I really, really enjoy it out here. It's quiet, brand new neighborhood. I can dig it. And it wasn't so nice having no internet for 3 weeks, and then once I got set internet, my freaking upload speeds were trash for like 3 or 4 weeks straight. But now that all the kinks have been worked out, I have been trying to stream as often as I possibly can without overdoing it, of course. And because I've been focusing so much on streaming, the videos themselves is actually like taken a little too low of a priority, and I have been slacking on that quite a bit. And now that we can talk about the next thing, you'll probably understand why that is the case. And that is, I got a brand new job about 2 weeks ago after struggling for weeks and weeks, not getting any leads or any interviews whatsoever. And I just realized we're doing a practice run. This isn't even the race, and I usually don't include this in the video. I guess I'm just trying to get my I don't know, best lap here to see where my car stacks in the competition. But yeah, that was pointless. I don't know why I did that. But I'm not cutting that out because I don't want to repeat myself. So, okay, don't lose your train of thought yet. Okay, I got a new job, and it took me multiple weeks to find a job because I got zero interviews for that amount of time. And to my surprise, I landed a pretty good gig. It's a bit of hard work. It's a little bit like physically and sometimes mentally tasking, because there's a lot of stupid shit that goes on in this job. Go figure. There's a lot of stupid shit that goes on in a ton of jobs that just make your life harder for no reason, but that's all part of it, I guess. they're paying you to waste a bunch of time, I guess. So there's that. But anyways, this job pays very well. It's actually the best paying job I've ever had, per hour that is. And right now my schedule is 5 days a week minimum, and that could potentially be 6 days a week if I am feeling a bit of overtime action over these next few weeks, which I probably am going to take a little bit of overtime, so that'll be 6 days a week. Because there are some things that I want to do, there's some things that I need to do, and that just takes priority over YouTube, obviously. I'm sure everybody will understand that. But essentially, Amsterdam is right around the corner in about 2 months. So, for those of you who don't know, it's the Gran Turismo World Series finals in Amsterdam, which I went to the showdown in Amsterdam last year, as well as the finals, which were in Barcelona. And I intend to go again, even though they're held. No, I'm trying to say they're held. Oh my fuck! I can't speak. Welcome back to the Let's Play, ladies and gentlemen, where I can't freaking put a sentence together for no reason. But they had they're having 4 events this year. They already had 3. Finally, I got that out. And I wasn't able to make it to the first 3, of course. The first one was in Montreal. That would have been the easiest for me to go to. The second one was in Prague. And the third one was in Tokyo, which I really wanted to go to, but because I couldn't line up a job forever, the financing for it just did not line up. And I can finally turn that around with this new gig, as long as I just prioritize the real job over YouTube, at least for these next few weeks. And hopefully make it to Amsterdam for one event, because there are a few drivers that are going to be retiring after this. Some of them I would even say I'm buddies with by this point, and I just want to see them again. Yeah, I just want to have a good time. And Amsterdam was insanely fun last year. Barcelona was pretty fun too, even though I botched that trip like crazy because I'm an idiot by buying my plane tickets in my hotel room first before I even bought event tickets itself, and I was only able to attend the first day of the events, which is a Toyota race. So I completely botched that trip because of that. My stupid ass mistake. This time I did not hesitate. I immediately bought the tickets as soon as they went live. So all I need to do is just book my flight and my hotel, and then I will be going to Amsterdam in early December. So that's why I'm kind of like not putting too much effort into YouTube right now. I'd rather put the effort into the real job that is making me good money at a good pace, so we can have better things in the future. And I would also really like to save up for a new GPU, and I do need a lot more storage space for like video footage and stuff like that, because I'm streaming so much. And I've already probably recorded up to like 400 or 500 gigabytes of the Spec 2 200 spec points randomizer streaming that I'm doing, in hopes of turning that into like one of those big Gran Turismo 4 challenge videos that are nearly an hour long that everybody's making these days. So there are some things that are going to be very beneficial to the channel that's going to come out of it later. It's just going to be a little slow for now because I am working 5, sometimes 6 days a week. But typically the schedule is 4 days a week. Now the reason why it's actually 5 right now or more is because I haven't even gone over this yet, but I am a delivery driver. I won't say what for what company or what exactly I do and stuff like that, but it is holiday season after all, so people need their packages, ordering a bunch of junk online, I guess, but it gives me a good paying job, and honestly, it's not that bad until it goes bad, I guess you could say, because it relies on technology after all, and technology sucks. If you follow my streams, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But, yeah, I mean, I'll definitely stick to it for a few months. But the stupidest thing I could possibly do is give up that job to make more videos and more streams. As much of a utopia of life, I don't even know what I'm saying. What is that weird line going across my screen? That was a weird graphical glitch. But I don't know why I said utopia. That was words. Welcome back to the Gran Turismo 4 Let's Play, where I just say shit without thinking, and yeah, my real inner self comes out, I guess. But yeah, I think you all get the point by now. I want to get a new GPU. I want to get some more storage space for all the streams that I record, so I can turn them into some epic videos later. And one of the things I'm really struggling with right now in terms of the channel is just finding the time to do it with my current work schedule. Now, the biggest problem is probably my working hours. It's very, very beneficial for me as far as, like, you know, my lifestyle goes. But it is very unoptimal for streaming and videos. So I basically leave the house at around like 10:30, and I don't get back. AM, that is. I leave around like 10:30 AM, and I don't get back till after 8 usually, sometimes like 9. So that only leaves like a few hours for me to do anything during the day, and most of that time is either going to be spent cooking dinner, making breakfast, or just chilling. Like, for example, I wasted like 2 or maybe 3 hours today watching Dexter, and I probably should have spent those couple hours making like another GT4 Spec 2 video, or I've been wanting to make another PCSX2 guide because PCSX2 2.1 has been out for a while, and there are like a few new settings and different things you could do for performance and stuff like that. But my ass is pretty well spanked by the end of the workday, and I just don't want to force it, I guess you could say. Not overwhelm myself, worry too much about certain things. The needs come before the wants, I guess is one way to put it. But I do have like a couple hours like at the end of the day to do something. And there has been something that I've been wanting to make content on for a very long time, but just never got around to it. And that is basically the only other 2 games that I would ever really make content on, which is Minecraft and Call of Duty Zombies. And by COD Zombies, I just mean like World at War up until Black Ops 3. BO4 sucked. I never bought Cold War. You will never catch me alive buying Cold War or Black Ops 6. And if I do, then you have my full permission to... Actually, I probably shouldn't say that online. But, you get the point. I don't want to give Activision a singular penny of mine, and I haven't since MW 2019, because Activision sucks, and they don't need my money anyways. They got fuck you money by this point. But the point still stands. I don't know why I went on that whole tangent there to begin with. But I'm thinking what I kind of want to do is on my work days, not every work day, but some of them, I just want to come home and just like maybe stream for 2 or 3 hours some either Minecraft or COD Zombies of some sorts. No idea exactly what it's going to be just yet. But I want to do something and kind of like get something out of it. And that's definitely going to be over on Twitch. I am pretty much only going to upload car-related content on this channel. Same with streaming. Every now and then I'll upload like an IRL car video here, which is most likely going to be taking my car to the track. And this is a kind of like a bittersweet thing, but with this new job, I can finally afford like a track membership with like the running costs of taking it there every month, or maybe even twice a month. But the downside is I actually live further away from that track now, and there's no way I'd be able to tolerate driving all the way down there often enough to get my money's worth out of a membership. So it's kind of like, well, shit. You know. But I can still go as a guest, like every couple months or something like that. It'll be way less cheap to go that route too, so that's probably what's going to happen. And not sure about going to the track this year because I do need to replace the clutch in my car. It is actually starting to go out. It really likes to slip a lot more often than it used to, so first things first, I need to get my clutch changed. I need to get a few maintenance things done, probably fix my oil leak, and then I will probably start taking it out to the track more often on a semi-consistent basis, which will be content for this channel. And yeah, it's just like this job alone, like I keep saying it over and over again, but it's not like a dead end. Actually, yeah, it is a dead end job. What am I saying? But still, this job is actually like giving me some opportunities to do cool stuff now. And I haven't had a decent paying job in years. By years, I mean like 8 years. It's all been like whatever jobs that I just got because I wanted something easy. And I don't know. It's just, with this one in particular, I'm finally able to do some shit. I'm finally able to actually make enough to not only do cool shit, but also like save up and do some responsible adulting shit, which is like kind of weird saying it like that. It's just like a big relief, and it's not something I want to take for granted. So I'm going to be sticking with it and getting as much out of it as I possibly can over these next few months, because I'm definitely not going to stay there forever. I'm just going to stay there until I figure out what I actually really want to do long term. And that could be, I have no idea, really. Like, I'm still, to this day, thinking about what I want to do long term. I don't think I will ever answer that question, to be honest. But I can end up being an electrician or starting my own business. Maybe I'll become a full-time YouTuber or streamer. No, I already tried that once. Didn't really work out. Kinda lost interest almost immediately, but I don't know. I should take Voss's advice and learn the definition of insanity, but I don't know. Maybe one day we actually will get to that point and it will be enjoyable. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. And, yeah, I kind of just hit like a brick wall in terms of like the things I kind of want to talk about. Most of it was pretty redundant anyways. And, oh yeah, there is like this other thing I kind of want to talk about too, because it's going to make the whole situation as far as the channel goes even worse in terms of like my schedule and frequency and uploads and stuff like that. But it is becoming that time of the year where if you watched every Let's Play episode, I don't remember exactly which one, so I'll just say all of them, you would probably know what my outdoors hobby is by this point. I don't want to say it again because not a lot of people are fans of the type of thing, especially in the gaming community. But it is that time of the year again where I'm going to be spending the majority of my free time out doing free-range grocery shopping, let's put it that way. So my time is going to be even more limited with the job, and also most of my off days being spending on that activity, and probably filming it too. I tried to film that stuff last year, didn't really work out. I could have uploaded it anyways, but I really want to have like a strong start on that type of content, which last year didn't really get the opportunity to do that. Just didn't work. So I will be trying it again this year. That's not going to be like a massive priority for me, though. But like with the job, it is going to take away from this channel a little bit. And not really ideal whenever we have, like, Spec 2 is out now, obviously. Amsterdam's coming up. Not a whole lot going with GT7, though. I mean, when did that update come out? Last week? And I still haven't installed that update yet. I probably haven't been on the game in 3 weeks by this point. And, yeah, it's just, I've had zero interest in GT7. Still don't know if I'm going to be getting a PS4 Pro by this point. It comes out November 7th. And actually, it's probably the 6th, but I don't remember. Irrelevant. If I was not doing YouTube, I would not give a singular flying fuck about the PS5 Pro. I'm trying to keep my swearing to a minimum on this series now, but that was an appropriate time to use the F word. Now I feel like a freaking family-friendly channel now, saying the F word instead of the actual F word. But yeah, there's like literally no reason, as a casual, the filthy casual that I am, or at least so aspire to be, to get a PS5 Pro. I've seen the comparisons, even though they are YouTube comparisons. After all, you're not gonna see like the actual graphics of a video game through a YouTube video. But I've seen the comparisons, and I don't really see shit besides different reflections on the cars in a race, which you're barely gonna notice anyways. Like, woo? I was expecting a lot more in terms of like the way the gameplay looks on the PS5 Pro for GT7, and it's just not there. As a casual, the only thing that would sell me on it is major VR improvements, improving the LODs, improving, like, giving it real 120 hertz refresh rate and not the stupid hacky way that they do it. And better clarity, obviously, but I don't know if they actually can do that. But that would be the only thing that would sell me on a PS5 Pro, and I could trade in my regular PS5 for, I think they're doing trade-ins for like $300-400, which at the end of the day, for mine, that would be only like $300 out of pocket. But still, I mean, if you're playing on a screen, I don't know why, this is the dumbest thing by far, but they're trying to push 8K. Granted, it's with their very, not sure what the right word I'm looking for is, but their very strange AI upscaling model that they are oh so proud of. Now, who in the hell even has an 8K TV? Like, legit. 4K TVs are very accessible these days. I would say, like, probably half the people out there have, like, 4K TVs by this point. But 8K? No. I don't think... I'd be surprised if 1% of the... especially the gamer population out there... racing gamer population has an 8K TV on their hands. And even if they do, like, how close would you need to sit to the TV to actually see a difference between 4K and 8K? I can't answer that. I mean, you'd probably have to be like maybe 3 feet away from the screen or less. That's probably an exaggeration. Probably like 5 feet or less, but nobody's gonna... unless it's like an actual gaming monitor on your racing sim, or you play at your desk, you're not going to notice a difference. Most people still play in their living room or in their bedroom 12 feet away from their screen or further. And it just seems very redundant and a waste of time as far as like the AK stuff goes. But I don't know. I know I'm never going to use it. I know for a fact there's going to be a shit ton of clickbait and fucking those videos that you always see where it's like ultra high realistic graphics with the deep fried thumbnail and the AK logo badge. Me myself, I am guilty of, I will admit. But I can't wait for all that. It's going to be a pretty entertaining. I think I actually don't know if they confirmed this yet or not, but 4K 120 Hz would be nice. There's obviously 4K 60 ray tracing, but it's like the things that I personally observed that could use improvement in GT7. It doesn't look like they've touched on any of that. So I am kind of disappointed whenever it comes to that. Hopefully it looks better by the time it actually comes out, and it looks better in person, not through a YouTube video, which, if you still judge graphics on YouTube videos in 2024, please change that. Okay. Don't know why the bottom one was 4+1 there instead of 5, but whatever. We move on. So, to conclude, still haven't made a decision as to if I'm getting a PS5 Pro or not. And, yeah, that's that. I might just put that money towards Amsterdam and have a lot more shots and coffee shop visits and stuff like that. So, yeah. That might actually be all I have to ramble about. And I guess we'll just talk a little bit more about the content and the channel in general, if there even is anything to talk about. This is the part of the video where I have completely drained my brain of every single thing I could talk about, and I have no ideas left. Let's talk about the Let's Play, actually, because this series is by far the most neglected thing on my channel. I know I've said this several times, but this series essentially started as a way to kill my boredom during my COVID layoff. So, receiving those juicy unemployment checks in the COVID era. And, I basically said, screw it. I'm bored. I need something to do in my one-bedroom apartment. I ordered a Logitech G29. I downloaded PCSX2, got everything set up, and started pumping out Let's Play videos of the series. And eventually, I started experimenting with other stuff. The other stuff did way better, so I said, alright, I'll keep this going, see where it goes. How it does. And here we are. Long story short. And the Let's Play is something I have neglected countless times, over and over and over again. I keep coming back and saying, alright, this is going to be the main focus of the channel now. We're going to get this thing rolling. We're going to get it done. Never really sticks. I mean, I would probably pump out like 5 to 10 episodes, and then it would be dead again for months. This is probably something that I can just continue off stream. I will probably like only stream the endurance races, if anything. And I'll just do like the shorter videos off stream. This would actually be like a very good thing to record on my work days, like after I get home. Because it's not that much effort. I don't really have to think too much about anything. I just open OBS, open GT4, drive around, and say a bunch of stupid shit. It's easy. I don't have to set up a camera. I don't have to schedule a stream. make a bunch of posts, yada yada yada. These could be the easy days. And besides, like, people want to watch Spec 2 more than anything, and I get that. So if I stream, like, the Let's Play series, I know some people really like watching this, but it's probably only going to get, like, less than half the viewers that Spec 2 does. Maybe a quarter, I don't know. And the Spec 2 viewership, in general, it's been pretty, kind of as I expected in terms of, like, the video forms, but in the streams, I've been hitting over 100 viewers every stream, which is definitely way more than I've gotten in the past, which I really do appreciate. It's nice to see, like, a bunch of people not only just returning to the game in general, but also, like, interested in the content that everybody makes. Because before I started streaming Spec 2, and I think, like, even the randomizer mod had this problem too, I would only, like, get, like, maybe 40, maybe 50 viewers a stream. And now it's, like, consistently over 100. And even, like, some of my videos have been doing real well too. Even, like, a couple GT7 videos, surprisingly. So, yeah, I mean, I always have a reason to come back and keep the channel on my mind every now and then. But one big thing, I'm running out of time to do all this rambling because I just thought of another thing to talk about. But one big thing that has been an insane amount of help, and as far as, like, my motivation and enjoying doing this stuff, was just whenever I stopped giving a shit. Like, I think it was, like, maybe about a year ago at this point. Maybe a little sooner, maybe a little later than that. Sorry I keep having to clear my throat every 2 seconds, but I started caring too much about YouTube. Like, I was looking at other channels, see what they were posting all the time, comparing myself to others way too often, stressing too much about uploading a certain video at a certain time, how many views it's going to get, etc., etc. And once I just stopped giving a shit about all that, not only did the views get better, which was, like, an unintended side effect, but my enjoyment for this whole thing got way better too. And now it's just, like, it's just a thing, like, once, like, how can I actually explain this? YouTube has become a true hobby of mine again. It's weird to say that, but I was trying to treat it too much like a potential career path. Like, especially with, like, the channel blowing up around the launch of GT7, that gave me some very bad false expectations of the channel and how things are going to go from there. Like, oh my god, I finally made it. This is it. This is my moment. No. I got humbled real quick. And now it's just the thing I like to enjoy again, but now it's a lot more rewarding, and yeah. So, there you go. We won the Alpine, I guess you pronounce it, but in my tongue, that's Alpine. And there's nothing you could say to make me stop saying it that way. So, yeah, we won the Alpine in the Alpine event. And, where did it go? I forgot where I have to do this. So there you have it. I'm probably going to record another video because... Or am I? I don't know. I should probably just... Whatever. You get the point by now. Thank you all for watching. And... Stay tuned. Bye-bye. Let's see how things go in the next episode of unmodded OG Gran Turismo 4 with 82.8% completion, 14,000 A-spec miles, 0 B-spec miles, as it should be. I haven't actually checked these stats in a while, but in other words, K, thanks, bye.